and welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, look, I'm getting out a little bit today, getting around town. The weather's warming up. It's not quite warm enough yet, but I'm shooting early because traffic's been picking up lately. But it just shows you that it's not tourist season. Usually it happens after Memorial Day, but it's President's Day week. It's the end of February. The weather's beautiful here. We're gonna be in 70s this week. I'm not trying to be a tour guide for Myrtle Beach, but it's a great place to visit. So let's get back to the world of finance. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but there's been a lot of stories lately about banking and also the pseudo banks, or the bank, like the crossover banks, as we're getting into crypto. So this story is I'm going to combine a couple of stories here. We're going to talk about Nexo, BlockFi, Venmo, and PayPal, and all about crypto. So first off, if you didn't see it, BlockFi settled the SEC for over $100 million last week. They paid a fine, paid a penalty. $100 million in the big scheme of things is not a big penalty. I know it's a huge number to all the rest of us, of course, who wouldn't want $100 million. But for $100 million for a company like BlockFi, it's not that big of a deal in the long run. They're restructuring how they're going to be giving out interest, which also rippled over into Nexo. Nexo sent out emails to their customers that said Nexo customers are not going to be able to earn interest going forwards. Now, or if you're a legacy customer, if you're already a customer for Nexo, you'll be able to earn interest on whatever you already have there in your accounts. But basically, they just made a general announcement that said they're going to revamp their entire interest system. And in the US, you're not going to give out any interest right now until we figure out what the rules are going to be. So BlockFi and Nexo have to work out with the SEC what it's going to be like. It's unfortunate that, again, SEC wields this giant hammer, and like whatever they don't like, they just smack on their head and just say, no, you can't do that. Issue fines. They're trying to protect the customer, but really they're not. But it's not the best thing, obviously, for the customer, as we know. So many alarms go off on my phone. I apologize. So anyway, we talked about BlockFi. We talked about Nexo. They're going to settle out. BlockFi's already said that paid $100 million. Nexo is going to wait for the dust to settle and then they're going to comply with whatever the rules are going to be set for BlockFi, so that both of them can go out there and coexist and exist in the US and give as much to people as possible. Now, I will say this, and I know that Divvy Daddy and I talk a lot. We talked about Nexo, and I'm going to be talking to LitecoinLeader. I think that's probably already aired by the time I recorded this. But there's a lot of concerns about this. But I will tell you this, and if you want to know more about this, we're going to be talking about that next month in CryptoConfidential. Nexo is not the right vehicle to earn interest. There are better opportunities to do that out there. They're not the only one, and there are better ways to use Nexo. Nexo really, to me, is a lending platform. It's not an earn interest platform. So you should be using Nexo to leverage your existing assets to get more assets. But that's an entirely different video. That's not where we're going to go into today. But I mentioned BlockFi, mentioned Nexo and the issues. Now we're going to go into Venmo and PayPal. Venmo and PayPal also said statements about how they're changing their policies and what they're offering as far as crypto. Venmo changed their rates. PayPal owns Venmo. Let's see here. Yeah. PayPal owns Venmo. Venmo's been selling crypto since April of 21, and apparently, according to the story, PayPal was involved in crypto since 2020 in October. Now they set up new rules. Rather than just offering just a percentage, now they're offering tiers. So like I'll list them real quickly, and then I'll give you not financial advice. So their new tiers for Venmo, up to $5 is it's a 49-cent flat fee for any transactions on Venmo up to $5 in crypto. Now, at the best case, that's 10% of a fee. So basically, my advice is not financial advice, but any practical person would say, don't use Venmo for under $5 in crypto, because you're paying 10% fees. Now, the next tier goes up to $25, and that's a 99-cent flat fee. Now, even in the best case scenario, at $25, 99 cents on $25, that's 4%. It's much better. I mean, it's not 10%, but it's not great. Now the next tier is $25 to $75, and that's going to be $1.49. Or I'm sorry, $1.99. So At $1.99, even at 75 bucks, you're less than 3%. You're starting to get to reasonable numbers. The sweet spot is $75 to $200. $75 to $200, they charge a flat fee of $2.49. Now, I always take the top number and look at that. So at $200, a $2.49 fee on $200 is a 1.25% fee. So that's your most favorable number. So you want to do that. So, and the next tier after that is you got 200 to 1,000. Can I help you?
Yeah. Can you tell me what you're doing? I'm the HOA president.
Sure. I'm a YouTuber.
You're a YouTuber?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so you're just making a YouTube?
Yes,
channel?
ma'am. Nice to meet you. My name's Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. You live even here. Why don't you do it over there?
Different settings, different scenery. There's free spots. I just mix it up. Thank you. Have a good one. Every time you make a video, now I got the HOA prices. Like, what are you doing? All right. Now I'm gonna get back in focus here. All right. The sweet spot is $75 to $200. There's two more tiers. $75 to $200. The is a $2.49 fee. That's the spot you want to stay in, because for 200 bucks. You could buy with crypto for $200 on Venmo and only pay a 1.25% fee at $200. Now it gets weird when you get above $200. From 200 to 1,000, it's 1.8%. They started just doing percentages, and over 1,000, it's 1.5%. So if you're listening to me and I said it was 1.25% before for 200 bucks, you may have already figured this out already. But the best way to buy crypto on Venmo is to simply remember $200. Buy in increments of $200 every single time, and then whatever you've got, like say you're going to buy $1,100, you just buy 4 lots of 200. Not financial advice, but this is good practicality, and also diversifies your payments. So if anything screws up, it's only $200 at one time. But you make you do 4 video. Woman, she threw me off. You do 4 transactions at $200, pay a $2.49 fee, and then do the last one for 300 bucks, and then pay 1.8%. And you're actually saving in your fees, and you're also making you're saving fees. You're also diversifying your transactions, so you're not putting all one transaction at once and putting $1,100 in one transaction. So that's one way to manage it. So lots said today, lots of interruptions today, but I'm gonna pause right there. I'm gonna close the drawer in the bureau, get out of here before more interruptions happen, find another place to have a nice conversation. Oh man, she threw me off. All right, I'm gonna close the drawer in the bureau. Say follow leader, and I'll see you next time. And probably a different spot. Take care.